Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Independent University. My name is Ashley Hessler. I'm with the Center for Accessible Living, and today I'm going to talk about the WIPA program and SSDI recipients when they go to work. So I'm going to share screen. I am recording. And let me see if I can go ahead and start a slideshow. Hopefully I'm small. It says my name is Russell, but my name is Ashley Hessler, and like I said, I am with the Work Incentives Planning and Assistance Program with the Center for Accessible Living. If you have watched any of the previous videos, I have done one on SSI and work incentives. Today, we're going to be talking about specifically about the Title II disability benefits from the Social Security Administration. There are a few that fall under the same blanket, the same rules, SSDI, CDB, and the DWB. And we're going to just kind of skim over a lot today. Of course, if you have any specific questions, my information will be on the slide at the end, so we can, you can contact me. But again, today I just want to talk about an overview of all of it, the Title II benefits, and of course, what the WIPA can do for you, and you can, and what the work incentives are, and get you consumer CWIC, coordinator of benefits that can help you with your benefits. All righty. So a lot of times you're going to hear people refer to it as SSDI, and that's mostly what you're going to see, but it's Title II. Again, there's a few benefits that fall under that umbrella, but this benefit is totally different from SSI, and it is based on an individual's work history and how much they have paid into the system. So if you remember that paycheck, look back at the last paycheck you've had, and there were Medicare taxes taken out, there were Social Security taxes, and all of that was paid into your pot of money. And now that you've become disabled, they are giving you a portion of that money. So it's kind of your money. That would be for the SSDI, excuse me. The CDB is based on a parent that is either deceased, retired, or receiving disability themselves. And if the child, the CDB is the child disabled disability benefit, then they would be getting that on behalf of the parent's work record. Also with the Title II, it comes with Medicare, not Medicaid, it comes with Medicare. And it's an automatic thing, but it doesn't start until 24 months later. So remember, SSDI comes with Medicare, SSI comes with Medicaid. So again, with the Title II, it's either all or nothing. These work incentives are going to help you, but in reality, there's a limit, there's a dollar amount. We're going to get into the technical terms of what that dollar amount is. If you go over it, you don't get a check. If you're under it, you get a check. And the rules are different through different phases of work incentives. There's 3 phases of work incentives, so we'll touch on each one. But they're really cool. My favorite one is phase 1, most people's favorite. But here they are. So phase 1 is the trial work period. TWP, you'll see a lot of these letters. Just ignore them, you'll get used to them. But the trial work period, TWP, is 9 months long. Phase 2, the EPE, extended period of eligibility, is 36 months long. And then phase 3, which is what happens after phase 2, post EPE, lasts for 5 years. So we'll break those down here. Trial work period during this phase, so this is phase 1, not, every person that is entitled to a Title II benefit is going to get these phases. You don't have to have your ticket assigned per se to get the 9 months. I think a lot of people, like a myth is they have to have their ticket assigned to access these work incentives, and that is false. Anyone that has the entitlement to the Title II benefit will get these work incentives at least once per entitlement. There are some exceptions, but so the trial work period, during this phase, you can earn any amount and keep getting your Title II benefit. There is no earning limits during the trial work period. The phase ends when you use 9 months. They are not consecutive. And that it's a rolling 9 month, or I'm sorry, a rolling 5 years they give you to complete the 9 months. So for example, if you wanted to try something like during the trial period, if you wanted to try full time at Amazon and to see how your body and your mind can handle it, go for it. You've got 9 months to try it out. So if you last about 3 months and you figure out your knees cannot do this job, then you've only used 3 of those trial work period months. Say you take 2 months off to get yourself back together. Well, you still got 6 of those months waiting to be used again. So this is a super cool work incentive that Social Security gives people on the Title II benefits to help them with that transition. We all know that it's really scary going from no work to a bunch of work, whether it's part-time or full-time. So this is a great time to kind of see what you can do, try different stuff out, see what you like, and keep your benefits intact. So after the 9th month is used, then you move into phase 2. Again, you're not going to move into that phase 2 until you complete that 9th month, which do not have to be 9 months in a row. And during the trial work period, you get all of your SSDI benefits. The cash continues. It's not just a little bit, you get all of it. All right, this is phase 2, the EPE, extended period of eligibility. So I'm a visual person, so you've got your 9 months here, you've already used on your calendar. Now you've completed your 9th month, and now you move into phase 2. So a 36-month, this lasts for 36 months, this phase, and it is consecutive. So it's like a time clock started, that month after the 9th trial work period month is used, and then it's going to last for 36 months straight. So once you start and you're in this 3-year safety net, you have eligibility no matter what, even if you are over SGA. So your SSDI benefit is intact. I'm sorry, your Title II benefit is intact. However, if you are able to work at SGA level, that substantial gainful activity level, and your monthly gross earnings are, let's say, $1,300, and we're still in 2020, so that would be over SGA. Now, if you're in phase 2, you're not cut off from benefits. Simply your SSDI check is in suspension, which means it's just 0 for the months that you're over SGA. If you're still in phase 2 and your months drop under SGA, say you stop work or you go back down to part-time, simple, you're already reporting your wages to Social Security because you're in EPE, you still have eligibility. So now your Title II benefit is turned back on. So it's kind of like a switch during EPE. You're either over the limit or you're under the limit. You're either on or off, all or nothing. Again, this is good for people that are able to earn at a high level, but are still kind of nervous about losing their benefit. It's a safety net. You still have eligibility. It's there. And of course, Medicare is intact because you got the eligibility to Title II. Let's see. I think I got all that. I didn't read it word for word, but all righty, post-EPE. So this is phase 3. This month begins after that 3-year safety net. So 36 months later, after your trial work period ended, then you got the 36 months straight. Now you move into phase 3, post-EPE. And you can be here for a long time in phase 3. Phase 3 is another phase that, Social Security cares about the SGA level. They want to know what you're earning each month from your job before taxes. And so if you're in phase 3, if you're past your 36-month safety net and you are able to work SGA, now instead of your Title II being suspended, you're now going to be terminated. It's okay to be terminated. We're going to talk about another work incentive for your Medicare, but as far as your Title II benefit check, if you're terminated, again, you're no longer going to get a check at this point. But from that termination month, and so you're going along and you're doing great, working full time, and then you have to stop. This is your last safety net. This is your last chance to keep your eligibility, basically. So you're going to do an expedited reinstatement of benefits. So to recap, phase 3 is from the month of termination. If you go over SGA and you're terminated, from that month, you got this safety net that kicks in that's 5 years long. So 60 months, and it's back to back. So it's straight 5 years. So from 5 years from your termination date, any amount, any month that you stop working or you go back under SGA and you want to get your benefits turned back on, you can call Social Security or call me and I can help you get the expedited reinstatement paperwork so you can apply to be reinstated. Social Security wants to see if you still have the benefit that you had before before you were terminated with this entitlement. While they're making that decision, they're going to give you 6 months of provisional payments. So EXR is cool. That's that third safety net, phase 3. Still kind of scary if you're thinking about being terminated. But again, you're making this decision to go full time. You've got some substantial gainful wages coming in. And you still have that third safety net to say, hey, if something was to happen, I can fill out this paperwork and get my check turned back on, get my entitlement going again. SGA, you've heard me talk about it, substantial gainful activity. It's not just a number. I've been talking about this number, 1,260. That's for 2020. In January, it's going to go up to $1,310. And these are the non-blind SGA levels. But it's really not black and white. It's not just 1,260 because there's other things that kind of go into the calculation that Social Security is going to look at. They do see if the individual, the beneficiary, has impairment-related work expenses and or subsidies or special conditions. So I think we're going to break those down a little bit here. But IRWs, if you did watch my other video on SSI, IRWs are also in that calculation as well. So similar, you can say you're earning $50 over SGA. Well, $50 is enough to terminate you if you're in phase 3. But if you got, IRWs or anything else that we can take away from that gross wage, we're going to call it accountable earning. That's really what Social Security is calculating each month. They're wanting your countable earnings. For some people, it might just be the straight gross wage because there's no deductions. But if you really think about it and and you're watching these videos or you have your own personal CWIC and they're explaining it to you, there's tons of deductions. So keep an eye out for number 1, holiday, vacation. That is not earned income. You actually are not off, you're not working that day. It's a gift. You're getting that holiday pay. If you're off for Memorial Day, you're really off, and then you're given 8 days of holiday pay. You didn't earn that. You did. You worked there, so they're giving it to you. But Social Security does not consider that earned income. If you take a vacation and you use your PTO time, that PTO week that you use, that is not considered countable earnings. So Social Security might not just, count that week as part of your gross wages. So now that 1 week of pay when you were off is deducted from it looks like your gross wages to now find your countable earnings are under SGA. So super cool. One thing that's not on here, but bonuses. Bonuses are tricky. If you're getting a bonus for production, something that you did, it's performance-based, bonus for the last quarter of your commission. Now that's counted as earned income. But if you get a Christmas bonus, if it says that on your pay stub, then that is a gift and that is not counted as earned income. So in these instances, if you are taking a vacation or a holiday pay or bonus on your pay stub, before you send it into Social Security to report it, circle it real big or write something on it, highlight it that says holiday or vacation or sick, something like that, so they know not to count this as countable earnings. Also, there's impairment-related work expenses I'm talking about again. It says it kind of all in the word. These are Social Security approved impairment-related work expenses. And then so those are out-of-pocket expenses that enable you to work and are related to your impairment. And lastly is the subsidy, or really just extra supports on the job, you might hear say. So a UPS, say there's a young lady and she's a job coach that checks on her once a week and they meet for 30 minutes. And that job coach really does a lot of stuff that enables her to, maximize her support or her abilities on her job. So if she reported that, hey, I get help on the job, Social Security will reach out to the employer or that job coach and equate that job coach's time and the value of their work and apply the subsidy to the consumer, to the beneficiary's wages. So now it'd be like a 10% subsidy. So off top, as soon as you report your gross wages, the 10% is going to come off to get the accountable earnings. Sorry about that. Apparently I'm getting a fax. Oh, I already touched on the impairment related work expenses, but we can dive a little bit deeper. Again, these are documented expenses paid for by the consumer, by the beneficiary, for disability or impairment related items that you need from work to work, that you pay for out of your own pocket. Great example is transportation, not from your own vehicle, not the gas that you put in your car, but if you are unable to drive because of your impairment and you must pay for transportation, whether it be, if you have to pay for TARC 3, you can't take the regular TARC because there's not a stop by your house. So you must take TARC 3 to get to your job, and you're paying $3 every time you get on there. So $6 a day, that really adds up per month. So if your gross wage is $13.50, which is $90 over SGA, and you have $90 total in TARC 3 for the month, probably got about $120 worth, then your accountable earnings are going to be under. So again, TARC 3 is really big one that you'll see. Sometimes you can get medication approved as an IRWI. Again, everything needs to be documented, receipts, turned in monthly with your pay stubs to Social Security, and they will approve them and deduct them from your gross wages if they see fit. Let's see, Title II and let's see, healthcare and work. Very big question. So I've got this person that's ready to go full-time, but the only thing holding them back now, because they're cool with the 9 months, the only thing holding them back now is their Medicare. Or am I going to lose my Medicare? No, well, not right away, at least. So what happens if your SSDI pauses or your Title II benefit pauses or is terminated? Your Medicare will actually kick right into the extended Medicare coverage. And that's extended period of Medicare coverage. And only Social Security can determine when that date is. But it is, it's about 7 years after the trial work period or after your benefits are terminated. So it's a really long time that you can keep the Medicare eligibility. Likely, if you're going full-time, then your employer is going to offer you health insurance. So you really won't need the Medicare, but you have that option to keep Medicare for quite some time. And then if you are eligible for the Medicare Savings Program, that's the program where the state helps pay some of the Medicare cost. And people that work full-time absolutely can qualify for this program because the MSP program, Medicaid, is only counting half of work wages. So a lot of times I've got somebody that's earning $2,600 a month from their job. They might be over SGA, but now Medicaid is only counting half of their wages, about $1,300, and now they've got QI status, which pays for their Part B premiums. So it's ever changing, it's ever moving. There's a lot of pieces and parts to this this wheel here, but it's all good stuff. And so all these work incentives are in place to help someone reach financial stability without the fear of losing their health care or their benefits, especially right away. And just like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces and a lot of moving parts. So it's pretty confusing, especially if you're getting SSDI or SSI or both. So that's why I'm here. And I want to tell you where you can go for help. So the WIPA. WIPA is the Work Incentive Planning and Assistance that's through Social Security. This is their program. And we have 2 WIPAs in Kentucky. One is the Center for Accessible Living, who I work for, with Donna Mundy and David Edwards. And there's also Goodwill that covers the eastern part of the state. And our mission is, we're cheerleaders for employment, for sure. We don't help you find a job. We don't have job leads, but we're going to show you the monetary part of it and how working is always going to be the better option. Money-wise, a lot of factors go into it, but usually working is going to be the best way to go. And I really, as a CWIC and as part of the WIPA, our job is to help you reach financial stability, which looks different for everyone. Not everybody needs to work off of benefits right away. Some people work part-time and maintain their benefits indefinitely if that's what works for them and that's what they need to do to meet their goals or to stay safe or to keep their home. So again, That is why individual counseling is so important. And that's what we do. We give free work incentive counseling to help SSI and SSDI people, beneficiaries from ages 14, so they're youth, all the way up to full retirement age. The reason why we stop at full retirement age is because after that, there are no working rules, no limits, and you don't have to report to Social Security anymore. Woohoo! So we serve most people. Again, and these people that we serve are recipients. They are getting a check, whether it's SSI or SSDI or both, and at least wanting to work or thinking about working or having questions about work. That's who we can help. We are all fully certified and trained. We've been through numerous boring trainings, informative trainings, and we do this annually. So we keep up on our certifications and make sure that if anything changes that we know about it. And information and resources about protection and advocacy services, we would definitely get you over to the right person. If there is an issue or you feel like you need to take some situations higher up and get a little help, we can definitely get you over to P&A for help with anything. All right, important facts about WIPA. I told you we're big cheerleaders for employment. That is our focus, is employment. Again, we don't help you find jobs, but we give you all the information to make informed decisions. We teach you, the beneficiary, how to communicate with Social Security, how to report wages, who to call to apply for the MSP program. If there are issues, here's 1, 2, 3, the steps that you might need to take to fix this issue. We are all about promoting independence and helping you grow and do it on your own. We are working remotely. We were before COVID. So typically you're going to have remote services over the phone, and that is okay. Now we're into Zoom and doing things over the computer and the phone and FaceTime. So if there is that visual element that's needed, we can surely try to accommodate all of our consumers. What we do is we definitely want to verify benefits for you to make sure that you understand what you're getting, when you're getting it, how much, and why you're getting this benefit as opposed to the other. So with consent forms that we have all of our consumers sign, we can verify your benefits. Identify is the biggest part. I want to look at your whole picture, see what your needs are, see what your wants are, and then I'm going to connect you with different services or supports, employment networks or OBR, whatever and whoever you need. That's what our job is, to kind of be a pool of resources to help you with all of that. My main point is obviously to help you with the money part, the paid employment, how it will affect your check. But there's just so much more to our job than just the money and the checks, right? Again, we look at the overall picture and try to help you reach financial stability. We just help you and give you information to report wages. I don't normally report wages for people. I don't report anything back that we've talked about to Social Security. It's really between us and me helping you grow and how to do it on your own. Again, and help you successfully meet your benefits by giving you all this information in a summary report that you can refer back to, write down questions, kind of keep track of where you are as far as your 9 months. We help you analyze the healthcare coverage, like if you have Medicaid and you're switching to Medicare and then you get a job, so then you're switching to employer healthcare. So I can kind of help manage all that and set you up for success. And if there's any problems with your benefits, say there's an overpayment and you're not sure what it's about, or they're deducting too much and no one's giving you any assistance over the phone, that's something that we can assist with. Again, with those signed consent forms, we should be able to contact Social Security over the phone and speak with them about the issue with your permission, which is those consent forms. So lots of stuff that CWICS can do for you. I've already talked about the 2 WIPAs. The Center for Accessible Living, which is here in Louisville. I am also here in Louisville. I live in Valley Station, so it's good to be, work with local people. And we have Donna and David who also help me cover the western part of the state. And then the Goodwill Project, they cover the eastern part of the state. Typically, you're going to, call Social Security, ask questions, and they will get you to the Ticket to Work helpline, or if you have a chance or can give out the number to the Ticket to Work helpline to your friends, absolutely. There are staff there that are going to answer your calls, give you some generic information or answer some generic questions that you may have, and refer you to your local CWIC, which would be me, David, or Donna. And again, we will return a call to you within 24 to 48 hours, make you feel very comfortable about sharing our knowledge and helping you be the best you and reach your success, that you know, your goals. So really excited to be part of the WIPA program, and just remember that we are employer cheerleaders. We, you know, it is possible to work. You can see even the second bullet point here, full time, and keep your healthcare in most cases. But it's not our job to tell you what you should and should not do. It's the CWIC's job and the WIPA's job is just to give you the information, but to let you know and give you some light into the situation that it's possible to work. It's possible to work full time. It's definitely possible to, you know, make more money and keep benefits. And if you need to go back to benefits, you can. So a lot of the things that people are scared about going back to work, hopefully this presentation kind of answers some of those questions to kind of squash some of that fear. A couple of other cool things. DB 101, Disability 101. It's a super cool link, and it's on there, the website, and it touches on a lot of what I'm talking about, a lot of what us WIPA staff do, benefits and what's the change. There's even a calculator on there for a couple of different things. If for SSI recipients whose check goes up and down, you can kind of plug in your wages there. A few different things on there and resources on that one website. So that's ky.dbd101.org. The stable account, or you might have heard an ABLE account, but stable is Kentucky specific. But this is for this is a savings account that holds the money and protects it from that resource level. And again, that is only to protect it from the resource level. So SSI-based benefits, Medicaid-based benefits that have a resource level. That stable account is super cool, a good resource to kind of protect you on that. I wanted to thank the center for having me again present on the Independence University. There's lots of topics, so go ahead and check out all the other videos that are in there about the center, because we have tons and tons of programs. I just specifically with the WIPA. Let me see if I can stop share. So again, thanks for having me. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast or too long. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to email me at ahessler@calkey.org. We can get right into verifying your benefits if you have specific questions, and making sure that you have all the information that you need so you can feel really good about going back to work. Thank you so much from me and my team at the Center for Accessible Living. You have a great day.